Good morning, everybody. Good morning. That's the right button. Okay. All right. I've been using the OBS, or not the OBS, the Restream Studio so much. Gonna get back in the habit of hitting the buttons on the Stream Deck. All right. Good morning, everybody. Okay, it is Tuesday, the 29th. We are 1 week out. And I know there's a lot to look forward to. There really is. Winning on Tuesday, getting Trump back in the White House. Maybe we can get some of this psychotic insanity back under control, get the gas prices down, get the grocery prices down, and most importantly, end all the fucking text messages. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm done. You've gotten all the money I'm gonna send you. I've already voted. Right, we're good. Leave me be. Ugh. I look at my phone and it's like, you've got 27 text messages. I'm like, now I have to actually go in and look at them because one of them might be my wife telling me that I need to go get milk or something. So, with 1 week to go, I've got a stray hair that keeps there. With 1 week to go, early voting has been on for a hot minute now. And at this point, every state that has early voting, I believe we have it in all 50 states, is early voting now. So get out there and get it done. Like I've said before, early voting is stupid, but voting early is smart. It's a smart tactical decision. If you get out and vote early, you dramatically lower the chance that your vote individually can be stolen. Sergeant Major points out, don't forget the Congress and Senate are close also. That's right. And here's what we don't want. So I am concerned that we'll end up with a Donald Trump presidency and a divided House and Senate where we can't get anything done. Because there's too much division in the Congress that we won't be able to get anything through. Now, so yeah, make sure that you don't just go in there and check the top of the ticket. Go through the whole ballot and get it done. The sun never sets says early voting is throwing off the prediction calculus. It is because for the first time in my lifetime, which isn't forever, but it's been a minute, the numbers are actually showing us that there are more registered Republicans than Democrats. And it looks like Republicans are turning out in early voting this year. That's a good thing. Um, that that should dramatically lower the possibility of the Red Mirage event, which is what. So in 2020, without going into without getting in the weeds on how the election was stolen, uh, there was a psyop that ran. There was a psyop that ran in 2020 where they ran all these articles about the Red Mirage, right? I remember, as of midnight on election day in 2020, Donald Trump had won the election. And then they stopped all the voting, or they stopped all the counting. And then suddenly at 3 o'clock in the morning, there was the infamous spike, right? Oh, well, that's all the mail-in ballots that we didn't have time to count before. And, well, the Constitution only prescribes 1 day for voting. The whole early voting thing is unconstitutional. It's that is crime going on. Now, that said, on election day in 2020, or rather by election day in 2020, we had been assaulted with all these articles about how, well, look, because everything's weird with COVID and we've got the mail-in ballots and it's going to look like Donald Trump won on election day, but it'll actually take several days to count all the ballots, right? And that's what they did, is they kept counting ballots. Like in Nevada, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, I think it's Nevada where the court just said, oh no, you can totally count the ballots that come in. Ballots received with bad postmarks after election day can be counted. What? That's insane. That is a plan to commit fraud. So that's just how they're going to run it. Sergeant Major asks, how about the ballot drop boxes burning in Washington and Oregon? I honestly don't care. Those, that should be an indicator to everybody that your mail-in ballot is not safe. Go to the polls, vote in person. That's how you avoid losing your vote to somebody committing vandalism like that. It is bizarre because it's happening. It has happened apparently in a few blue areas. So one might think, well, blue voters not likely to torch their own ballots, but let me bring you back around to the Ferguson riots, the whole Summer of Love thing. You didn't see Black Lives Matter rioting in rural white America. They go to their own neighborhoods and burn their own shit, right? And that's a psyop thing too. They are trying to create outrage, right? They're trying to create outrage among that demographic. That's the whole point to the riots, is to create that outrage. So yeah, these are the people that support the current regime that's actively using government resources to help the cartels conduct child trafficking operations. They are the human centipede of politics. They're more than happy to eat themselves. It's terrifying and disgusting. Sergeant Major says, I think the boxes are full of Democrats' votes. Yeah, and that's the thing, is they're willing to burn down their own businesses to try and gin up rage and outrage. So I find it difficult to imagine. You look at the if you look at the demographic separation on crime statistics, the idea of a Republican, of a conservative setting those drop boxes on fire is a little out there. I'm not saying it's impossible, but statistically unlikely. And then you look at the statistics that talk about the commission of crimes by traditionally blue voters in blue areas, blue on blue crime, and it really isn't that hard to imagine a Democrat setting the ballot box on fire because it's some kind of protest. I gave a lot of thought to it. It's a very complex performative art statement, right? These people are crazy. In point of fact, let's talk about the Madison Square Garden event. So the Madison Square Garden event is being panned by the left because the Nazis had a rally there one time. Oh, in 1939. You know who else had a rally there? Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama. It's a major venue. Of course, other people have had rallies there. But there's a lot of guff going on right now. They're talking about this comedian, this Kill Tony, I think is...
A lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Again.
See, I'm going to play the joke again in just a second. They're going on about, oh, Donald Trump approved this joke. It's what an awful joke. He just said that Puerto Rico's an island full of garbage because he's such a racist. Such a racist. All the Trump supporters are racists because they went to because Donald Trump had a rally and somebody told this joke. Oh, listen to that one more time.
Okay. There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah.
Okay. Haiti, honestly, Haiti would have been funnier. But you know, the joke has a certain setup. If you're familiar with the Pacific garbage gyre, there is literally a floating island of garbage, mostly washing out from China. A big plastic island. So, you know, the joke relies on the subversion of expectations in that comparison, and it's okay. It is also the case that Puerto Rico, rather infamously, is dumping a lot of trash off its beaches into the ocean. And that is also a problem, which has been reported on by various high-ticket newspapers in the United States. But listen to the reaction.
I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay, all right. Okay, we're getting...
See, the joke didn't land. People, the evil racist Nazi Republicans and, oh, by the way, a shitload of Jews didn't find the joke funny. Right? Meanwhile, so we're supposed to take this as evidence that Donald Trump's a massive racist and he hates Puerto Ricans. Before I get to this next clip and talk a little more about the hypocrisy, you've got all these virtue signaling leftists coming out. Oh, Donald Trump's a racist, and of course AOC was watching this live with Tim Walz, and oh, that's disappointing because I like that comedian, but I'm a Puerto Rican, and my people come from that island. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Let me take you back. Donald Trump was the president. 2017, Hurricane Maria wipes out Puerto Rico. Trump sends billions of dollars in aid, food aid, clothing, tents, cots, bottled water, all medical supplies, etc., etc. And what happened? Oh, that's right. The Democrat governor hoarded all of that material in a warehouse and then went on a massive anti-Trump campaign to smear him and say Donald Trump is refusing to send aid to Puerto Rico. Donald Trump is withholding federal aid from Puerto Rico in its time of need. And then the bitch got caught embezzling direct aid funds and using that money to buy t-shirts for her campaign to get reelected as governor, right? That's North Korean shit right there. Okay, for you guys that don't know, North Korea is starving. They've been in a famine condition for a long time. And we, the American people, have been subsidizing their communism by sending them literally hundreds of tons of rice and other food, but I mean, hundreds of tons of rice, literally, to North Korea every year. And what happens when that food is delivered, it's picked up at the port by North Korean military authorities and taken into a warehouse where they unbox it and relabel the packaging so that it says it is a product of the People's Republic of North Korea. So that Kim Jong-un can then go on to tell the North Korean people that it is the North Korean government that is producing that rice. Right? So you have the people that live in the city, they get the food aid, the rice from the US, but it's labeled as a product of North Korea. And then the people who live in the cities are told that the farmers out in the country are producing the food for them, and it's all being done they're doing a great job because Kim Jong-un is such a great leader. He's such a great ruling hegemon. And that is a huge part of the propaganda machine that keeps these people lighting candles at their altars to the dear leader, the great leader, and the brilliant comrade. So that is some North Korea level communist shit that the Democrats pulled in Puerto Rico, 6 years ago, 5 years, 7 years ago. Holy shit, time flies, right? But then it's not just that. Then you've got, this is at a Tim Walz rally, which, okay, and they're making it a point to say, oh, this is a Tim Walz rally. No. Tim Walz is not running for anything. Tim Walz is the appendix, right? You can't vote for J.D. Vance. You can't vote for Tim Walz. They are the addendum to a package. So, oh, this is a Walz rally. No. This is a Kamala Harris, right? This is a Biden-Harris-Walz rally. Period. And, okay, Donald Trump's a terrible racist, and he hates all Puerto Ricans because a comedian told a joke about Puerto Rico. Here you go.
Donald Trump said he was going to build a wall, and George Lopez said, you better build it in one day, because if you leave that material out there overnight... Donald Trump...
Okay, I'm deeply offended by this joke. I've got several problems with this joke. First of which, George Lopez is Hispanic. I'm not. And I've been sporting this look a hell of a lot longer than he... The long white hair and beard? That's cultural appropriation, my man. This Mexican out here trying to look like a Viking? I'm offended. Also, my wife has Spanish heritage. Which means that George Lopez telling this joke is the same as Tim Walz raping my daughters. That's what happened. Maybe I should file charges in New York. But jokes aside, that really does illustrate the divide. How, Obama did his shtick the other day. How did we get so divided? This is how. Oh my God, this is how. This is how we got so divided. The Democrats tell racist jokes. Republicans tell racist jokes because everybody tells racist jokes because they're funny. Right? What do you call a black man flying an airplane? A pilot. You racist? Right? Everybody tells racist jokes because they're funny. Of course, nobody tells racist jokes about Kamala Harris because it's kind of hard to pin that one down. But Republican comedians tell racist jokes to the extent that there are Republican comedians. Democrat comedians tell racist jokes. And then the news reports that jokes told by conservatives are racist. They don't report on their own people. And so the left walks away. You got a bunch of Democrats out there right now that are telling their friends Donald Trump's a racist because a comedian told a joke. Oh, and by the way, did you see George Lopez telling jokes for the Democrat? He was so funny. I just love him. He's so brave supporting a woman for office. Nazis. That's all they got is Nazis. So, we've got 1 week left. Guys, I suspect most of you guys have already gotten out and voted, and I applaud you for that. Thank you for doing what you need to do. And I'm going to go ahead and put a pin in it right there. Thanks so much for watching the show this morning. We love you, and we will see you tomorrow.